Since the beginning of times at The Ohio State University, dating back to March 22, 1870, there have been many to come, but few to cross the paths of greatness. Nearly 200 mathematicians earned degrees at Ohio State University that are Black. These former students have become researchers, authors, high school teachers, and more. Influencers such as Arnold Ross have monumental influences over these former students and have given great praise for the work that they have accomplished post-graduation. Since 1963 up until present day, these former students have done prolific work around the world, and their personal journeys at Ohio State have been kept hidden up until this point. Tearsha Frazier Sager, PhD of Mathematics from The Ohio State University, was an African-American academic who was one of the first Black women to gain a PhD in mathematics. Born in Ohio, she graduated from high school at the age of 16, transitioning to Antioch College and then doing her postgraduate degrees at The Ohio State University. Frazier Sager was the head of Department of Mathematics at Central State University, located in Wilberforce, Ohio. For decades, she would continue her professional career between Wilberforce University as an instructor, then transitioned to Central State University, holding positions such as Assistant Professor, Professor of Mathematics and Computer Science, Vice President for Academic Affairs, and Provost of Central State. She and her husband, Physics Professor Alexander Sager, invested one of their salaries during their careers to build a legacy for scholarships. It was after her passing the Tears Frazier Sager Fund was established to provide scholarships for African American women majoring in mathematics. Randy Lattimore, PhD of Mathematics from The Ohio State University. Earlier on in his educational career, he obtained his bachelor's degree from Savannah State College, located in Savannah, Georgia, in 1989. From then, Dr. Lattimore would find his way at the illustrious Ohio State University, achieving his master and doctorate degrees in mathematics. He would also obtain the high honor of the Graduate Teaching Award from The Ohio State University during his time of education. Dr. Lattimore's advancements in triangulation during the process of his postgraduate degrees pursued him to careers such as Assistant Professor of Education at Wayne State University earlier in his career. From then, Dr. Lattimore will hold titles such as the Young Educator Award from the Ohio State College of Education alumni for his strides in the advancement of students coming up under him. Dr. Lattimore's vision for African American students, explained in detail in his dissertation, was to work on the mind and development of Black students. He used his advancement in knowledge in the field of math to test his theories back in the mid-90s. William McWhorter, PhD of Mathematics from The Ohio State University, residing in his hometown state of Ohio for most of his educational and professional career, started his journey at Glenville High School, located in Cleveland, Ohio. During his childhood, the McWhorter name already held weight around the city of Cleveland in the state of Ohio. William McWhorter's sister, Helen McWhorter Simpson, was a manager of advertising and promotion for WXYC-TV, which at the time was the highest watch station in the area at the time, and received the Emmy Award from the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. His sister Helen would then be brutally murdered from a sniper shot in 1972 after claiming she found valuable information that she wanted to share on the station. She was 38 years old. William would then carry on the family's name in good honor as he went on to pursue his postgraduate degrees at the Ohio State University, receiving his master's and PhD in mathematics. Most notably, students praised his work for his desire of fractile and Penrose tiles. Many claimed Dr. McWhorter was a master of programming sequential path fractals and freely gave and taught others in a selfless manner. Furthermore, Dr. McWhorter was members of the Phi Nu Upsilon, which is a high mathematics honorary award program, and also became president of Beta Sigma Tau, which is a co-educational service organization. After graduation, Dr. McWhorter continued to carry out his teachings at The Ohio State University as a professor of mathematics for 46 years. Howard Richard Simon, PhD of Mathematics, started his education career in the Bayou of down south, attending McKinley High School in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. From there, Dr. Richard would obtain his bachelor's degree from the University of Notre Dame, located in South Bend, Indiana. Lastly, after taking a 4 to 5 year break from school, wrapping up his educational career, Dr. Richard decided to travel to Ohio to attend the Ohio State University in a quest to receive his doctorate degree. During his time of education at Ohio State, Dr. Richard was among the few to witness the Black student movement and protest of the late 60s and early 70s at Ohio State University. After finishing his doctoral degree, Mr. Richard traveled to Norfolk State College in Norfolk, Virginia, to become the computer manager in 1972. He also served as the graduate advisor for the Epsilon P chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha at the university. Howard Richard would then dedicate most of his professional life at Norfolk up until 2003, when he retired after 31 years of service. Other jobs he claimed, such as Ingleside Precinct Captain, honorary member of Norfolk Democratic Organization, and member of St. Mary's Catholic Church, was all held in the process of Dr. Richard's educational and professional career. Kellen Ray Boone Mahoney graduated with her Ph.D. from The Ohio State University in 1982. In her early life, it was Dr. Mahoney's grandmother who cared for her and her 13 other siblings while her mother worked. Mahoney attended Catholic schools where she was encouraged in her interest in mathematics. Her long storied career would begin in Memphis, Tennessee, as she graduated high school from Father Bertrand High School in 1964. From there, Mahoney attended Mount St. Scholastic College, which was an all-female college located in Kansas for 3 years, before finishing her degree in mathematics at Seton College in Memphis. After receiving her bachelor's, she would go on to the Ohio State University and obtain her master's and doctorate degrees. Other than the graduate student roles from the National Science Foundation she took on, Dr. Mahoney started her first job teaching at Denison University in Granville, Ohio. She also served on the Test Development Committee for the College Board from 1986 to 1989. It was that same year, in 1989, when Mahoney was the first mathematician to be selected for the faculty at California State University, San Marcos, and was one of 12 founding faculty of the San Marcos campus. Years later, in 1994 and 1995, Mahoney served as a program director at the National Science Foundation, and she later worked as an administrator at Elizabeth City State University in North Carolina. In 2005, Mahoney will once again break records as she was named the president of Lincoln University of Missouri, where she was the first African-American female to complete such a great honor. She then retired in 2012. Dr. Carolyn Mahoney won multiple awards and recognitions from around the country, such as being inducted into the Ohio Women's Hall of Fame in 1989. Become the 25th woman to receive a Ph.D. in mathematics in the United States and the first female president at Lincoln University, and many more. These doctorates all have a story of triumphant dedication, time in and time out, to defeat the barriers that stood in their way, paving the way for the future for the new generations to create opportunities for themselves and generations to come. And it all started with just one degree at a time. One team, one goal, one pride. This is Black Math, Hidden Figures Revealed.